Welcome back to the grand finals of Enter the Rift at Overclock Gaming and Computers right now. Last game taken by Anthrax, and they do have a one-set deficit in a best-of-3 format, so they still have to win 3 more games if they ever want to see that first-place prize. So right now we have Anthrax on purple side this time, and we have NFAO on blue side. So opening up with Bands of Morgana Vayne, I still don't understand the Vayne. The Vayne's been very backwards. We see Vayne bans when you don't usually see it, and then we see people let Vayne free farm lanes for no real reason instead of just punishing it. So seeing the Vayne ban out. Siobhan also being banned out, that common jungler, as well as Janna has been a nuisance. Cassiopeia also being banned, that's strong. Cassio Morgana too strong, just standard AP. That are basically all rounded very well. Cassiopeia again, one of the arguably the strongest lane phase in the entire game out of all the champions, and Morgana's still that just pushing with it. We saw them Anthrax use it to a good extent in the last game. And then Shen also being banned out. I don't think anyone plays Yorick enough to counter Shen really out of this. So first pick being picked up is an Udyr jungle. Jungle Udyr actually has no real opposition if Shyvana is banned out, other than Mundo really at this point. And he still has basically the fastest clear then without Shyvana in right now, but we do see Anthrax also taking out Ashe Soraka again, previous like the last game. Again, this is a very safe lane, and hopefully NFAO doesn't kind of counterpick their own bottom lane by taking Graves again. Instead we see Alistar Warwick currently being selected right now. Maybe seeing a top lane Udyr or a Warwick for this game instead. We'll see as picks continue themselves. So currently selecting Alistar Warwick instead this time. They're going to have, again, an aggressive support bottom, maybe going for that. It's going to be useful also instead. Not too sure on the Alistar pick currently at this point, but we also have Warwick, so it is ambiguous if we have a Warwick top or Udyr top, and then the other is going to be set in jungle. Right now selecting again. Now they have, again, they're going to use Maokai again that they've been using most of the tournament as well, and now Ari currently selected, which is going to be enough to know. Although there are a couple things that still deal strong well with Ari, still in the pool right now, but we'll see on how they do. But they are going to stay comfortable again. These are heroes that they've been picking most of the tournament all well, and they've been having success with it in any sort of game that they have this current setup right now. So currently their last pick of AP is going to be Kennen. Again, these are odd bands. Again, none of the champions that NFAO is really picking are meshing well together. They have one strong AoE champion, but the rest of it's mostly just CC that's going to sit in it. And it's actually a very low damage team come late game. The damage in their mid game is actually going to be very, very poor. And even the late game is mostly just going to rely on Tristana. We see now Anthrax now currently selecting Lee Sin. If this is one of these top Lee Sins again, no one that we've seen on stream playing top Lee Sin has ever actually played this correct. So, I mean, if history repeats itself, maybe we'll have a free top lane again for NFAO that they can snowball from that. So again, we are going to see this top lane Lee Sin along with Maokai jungle again. Just a very similar team that Anthrax is running up. We have a very heavy CC lineup coming from NFAO, but again, the biggest problem in this is that there's a lot of problems that they can run into mid-game unless they start to snowball early, that they can with an aggressive lane. Say bottom, again, with Tristan, Alistar can play actually very aggressive against the Soraka and basically pick a free kill. Again, being on blue side, if they take these golems early, they can kill this Soraka basically for free at level 2 if they catch it and that ignite goes off fast enough. We are going to have this Warwick top against Lee Sin and this Udyr jungle. Udyr going to be able to jungle very fast. You can get a lot of counter jungle on this, so it's very much in the hands of NFAO to do work early game to make this composition work any so often. If they don't get anything early game and they go to this mid game, they're going to start running into the problems of very low damage, and all they're going to be relying on is CC to lock down. And with the way that focus was happening as well last game, that doesn't look to be their strong point currently. So as we head into this delay period, Prodigy is going to hit at you with this amazing Gamer Grub commercial and such before we go into the game.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, game 2 of the grand finals just about to go underway right now. Before we do that, some messages from our sponsors. We did just give away the second and final RP code for this event, but going to be more of those coming down the pipe in the future. So be sure to be following at OK Gaming on Twitter and keep that ball rolling. Shout out to Oodle Noodle for sponsoring the event. If you're in the Edmonton vicinity, call them for some delivery if you're in the mood for some delicious noodles. This is quite fantastic. Has been the casters and the majority of the staff here at Overclock Gaming's lifeblood through this weekend here. Delivery at 780-278-7877. Yesterday we gave away a free meal to one of the local locations. Definitely really nice of Oodle Noodle to do that. April 7th at Overclock Gaming and Computers is Overkill 2. An FPS tournament featuring Counter-Strike 1.6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and Halo Reach. Counter-Strike 1.6 being, of course, the standard 5-on-5. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Reach being 2v2 on the Xbox 360. Entry fees $20 a person. Registration starts at 10 a.m. Tournament starting at 12 p.m. at right at noon. More information can be found at www.overclock.com. Also, Thursday nights at Overclock Gaming and Computers is League of Legends night. 6 to 10 p.m., $10 for members, $15 for non-members. Come by, discuss strategies, meet some new people, get some games in, level up, and just have a lot of fun overall. It's definitely a great bang for your buck deal, so I definitely recommend it if you're in the Edmonton area and you want to meet some local League of Legends players. 60 people coming out to this tournament with 12 teams entering and a lot more spectators, friends, etc. coming into the venue both yesterday and today. So the scene is definitely alive and vibrant, and if you want to be part of it, this is a great way to get involved. Be sure to follow Overclocked online at twitter.com/OKGaming. Twitter's been very active throughout the weekend. Facebook.com/OverclockedComputers. That is the link on the screen is a little bit out of date. We'll have that one fixed for the next event. Just got the PSD file for that. All the VODs from today and yesterday are currently being uploaded to over at youtube.com/OverclockedEdmonton. So that is where you'll be able to find everything. There's also VODs from many of our other events, both StarCraft 2, League of Legends, and many more coming down the pipe as well. And more information about the venue itself, upcoming events, prices, etc. can all be found at www.overclocked.com. Shout out to Edmonton Gamers for keeping the event running nice and smoothly. They do lots of events both on and offline. One of the big hubs of the local community here in Edmonton. Be sure to follow them online as well at www.edmontongamers.com, twitter.com/edmontongamers, YouTube, and facebook.com/edmontongamers. We're going to get this game started right now as the loading screen has begun, so I'm going to pass it back over to Yoon and enjoy game 2.
So we're currently hitting this loading screen. Just going to go over these lanes really quick. So again, we have this Ashe Soraka used by Anthrax. Again, it's a more passive lane. But now bottom lane, we have a better aggression in Tristana Alistar, which is actually... Yeah, let's switch sides. So in Tristana Alistar has a very high aggression in lane. What you can do with this setup is go for a very early kill, especially because Tristana's packing an ignite. And if they do tick this level 2, take the mini golems and tick that first, as soon as Alistar can hit level 2 before them, that's a free kill, guaranteed that the Alistar combo for one lands or you headbutt against the wall.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
They get enough focus to go down on on whoever they decide to catch with the Alistar. Top lane Lee Sin against Warwick isn't going to have much. I mean, this Warwick is going to be able to just sit here and rush things like Glacial Shroud, just get armor, Wits End, Wriggles, and just sit there and sustain himself in lane. Mid lane, this Kennen versus Ahri, this is just going to be a lot of poke back and forth.
30 seconds until
Kennen,
minions
I actually
spawn.
like Ahri more in this setup against Kennen, for one. So we'll see how this goes if they're just setting up for these blue buffs currently at the moment. Currently, we see Lee Sin also in the blue buff, actually. Right now, I'm looking at this.
Minions have
Just
spawned.
scouting around, maybe looking to steal wolves or something, or just try to annoy this Udyr right now. Other than that, there's not much. Throwing that Q out, connecting onto Udyr right now, not going to do much, just to hit him for a little bit of damage. And you see, actually, Tristana and Alistar not going to pick up this golem, so the chance, as long as they hit level 2 first, they'll be able to take that chance, or try and take advantage of that level advantage for that brief moment and get it. If they're not able to, we could see it actually just be negated, and they won't be able to pick up that early kill and start to assert some dominance in the lane. We'll see how they execute this, as both junglers now just grabbing those blue buffs quickly, and they'll be on their way through the jungle. And Ashe does have Thorns lane, so again, this lane is very slow. As long as they are able to connect to one person, all that person has is flash or rely on, and they both have very, very low movement speeds, especially this Ashe, only at 300. And actually, she is packing this 52 magic resist because of the Soraka buff. Look at this top lane. We are just going to see just sustainment in this lane. Not too much probably going to happen in this top lane for the meantime, and as it even goes on to as they level up. We'll see these junglers now just going onto their red buffs currently, and then we'll probably see most likely seeing some ganks trying to happen right now. However, Udyr is a bit low right now. Popping that potion now. Not sure if he's going to have enough health after this mini golem to really set up for a gank bottom. We do see now they are level 2 right now, so the biggest thing they could do right now is try and go for this. Oh no, the Soraka now hitting level 2. What they can try to do right now is get that ward in that bush, try and pin that Soraka on the wall, if they can get a nice positioning on this. They're urging forward. Alistar just pushing a bit forward right now. Not quite. There is a combo onto it. They're going to jump down. Now the focus is just being spread on Alistar autoing the Soraka. Not quite enough to get that. No Ignite being thrown off either. There isn't enough damage. They did kind of lose that big opportune chance, so they still have to apply that pressure before Soraka starts to get those levels and really start to sustain lane. And that's where she starts to pick up, is after those few early levels. Top lane is still not too much going on. He is going to just be able to sustain this right now. Spam that Q with Warwick and get that free lifesteal proc off his own passive. You're now sitting in on this bush right now, looking for this gank possibly on this Ahri right now. Looking for an angle right now as Elazar is going to take level 4 right now. Still no real angle to get in on this right now, as Udyr is just going to head back into his own jungle and not attempt for it. Maybe going back up. He is wasting quite a bit of time right now looking for this angle now. This is the angle he's going to take. Waving back and forth. Now is the angle he's going in. There's the lightning rush with the charm as well. Not the stun. There's the stun finally. And that ignite going to take out that flash coming out very late from Ahri. And that's going to be free first blood with a flash burn. Not a good reaction to this gank from the Ahri. And now we're going to go in on his jungle just to clear it out. And Kennen's going to walk away with a bit of an advantage actually. To get closer to that revolver that he really wants. Very close to his revolver, 1,100 gold. Only 1,200 for that revolver to be purchased. So he's just going to finish that, most likely get that gold and just go buy that to get his sustaining lane. Lee Sin not going to be able to do much to this Warwick, and so he is packing nearly 70 armor right now. Just has his own innate lifesteal to really go through this. You can see Kennen going back right now. How much gold does he have? Is going to go for that revolver very quick. Not going to have a ward though if he does that for that right now. So you still have to be on guard for this Maokai that is making his way bottom. However, this is warded. So Alistar and Tristana just going to back up right now and walk out of there. throwing out some volleys right now. Just some trade damage going on. Tristana really needs to, you really want to poke at this Ashe right here. She's sitting here under this turret. You can sit right here and still poke at from outside the tower range. So just advantages that they want to do and put pressure in on this Ashe isn't happening. They're just allowing her to sit here, be sustained by Soraka, as Soraka just basically holds Ashe up in this lane and keeps her from getting towards that fatal state where this Alistar or Tristana can dive in with their ignites or their combos and put an end to her farming for a while. You see Ken also returning to lane, finally does have that revolver. Alright, going to get that ring. Also going to be clearing out those wraiths, trying to get a little bit of gold back. You see Udyr now with that heart of gold. GP10 going to start going. This top lane again, just not much happening right now. Is this Warwick is basically an immovable wall from this Lee Sin. Taking that level 6 finally, so we might see this gang coming up here from this Udyr. This Lee Sin only level 5 right now, however it is warded, so he is going to walk back from that, and Udyr is just going to not be able to get that gank off from that angle. Bit more of a trade bomb. There is the headbutt, the pull rides onto Soraka. Now Triss is going through. No ignite coming off just yet. There's the exhaust from Ashe. Now the exhaust coming from Alistar onto this Ashe right now. However, there again, just a bad case of focus. We had Alistar go in and then peel off, and then Tristana decided to rocket jump in. Instead of, together, which is where the Alistar Tristana synergy is really good together, is attacking at the same time, and it puts a lot of pressure, and you're able to deal some heavy damage again with these healing debuffs that Tristana can bolster. Actually has this early point in rocket fire, which doesn't really do her much good other than to burn mana again. Her auto attack's not really where you're going to get most of the damage from as Triss. You're going to get a lot out of your skills as this early game. We have both junglers actually near this mid lane looking for ganks right now. We have Kennen now at level 6. We do see Alistar running out. There's a lightning rush. He is going to escape right now. And here comes back Udyr onto the other side right now. Looking for it. We could see this 2v2 middle if the case is, but no, both junglers now just heading back into their own jungles. Going to be clearing that out as blue buffs also have spawned right now. Looking at this top lane again, not much is happening between these two. Lee Sin can't really do any damage to this Warwick right now, only really force him to farm under tower. Looking at the CS, we have Warwick now at 32, Lee Sin at 38, not too much of a difference yet. Mid lane we got Kennen at 46 to Ahri's 52. No, so Ahri just a little bit ahead, also getting those wraiths, which is a nice thing for her to try and keep up after that first blood death. Tristana going to be at 51 compared to Ashe's 43, so Ashe doing a nice job, not getting anywhere uncomfortable, really, just being able to farm as hard as she can. Again, going for this hawk shot first, so no real power right now, not enough pressure really being properly applied by this Alistar Tristana lane to really put her on her toes and cause that Malphite to force a bit more pressure bottom. I do see Ashe actually rushing Cloak of Agility, which is an interesting enough item. There's no real uses. This is actually a really poor itemization. Crit isn't something you want to really buy into, especially if you have no damage right now, so 53 damage. So the volley is even going to have less damage out of it. And oh man, big 136 crit. So again, the damage isn't huge, especially when you go for these trades. You're really relying on any sort of crit to kind of be that damage. So maybe you had a pickaxe or another Doran's with Berserker Gears to do the damage. It is more reliable and consistent. So they do have this one. They do know this Alistar's here, and this Ashe is still just sitting here pretty nice. However, they do have that arrow just in case they decide to dive in on this. Unless they hit that Alistar. Once Alistar has Unbreakable Wall, that's not going to be the situation they want. There's a combo right now, and Triss putting down a couple of auto attacks, followed by that Soraka heal. You see Warwick also going back right now. Warwick grabbing, going for that Wriggles quickly. Doesn't have quite enough gold for it. He is going to buy a ward instead. CS still hasn't deterred. CS isn't really big in gaps yet. It's still mid 69 to 69. Top lane we got Warwick at 43 to Lee Sin's 51. Not a huge gap, of course. Warwick has gone back in lane. Lee Sin just farming near his tower. Bottom 65 for Ashe to 67 for Tristana. So it is very even right now. Triss also coming back with that. With that pickaxe, gonna have a bit more damage over this Ashe for the time being. I'd very much like to see some combos if he's in range and it's out of tower range from this Alistar, and just start to put some pressure on this. As you see, Ari hasn't gone back yet, still pocketing gold right now, as well as Kennen. We do have pings going on mill. We do see Maokai actually now with this red buff near this Kennen instead is just going to wander off, maybe looking for this gang top. It is warded though. We'll see how this goes actually. And Udyr now also with double buffs as well. Didn't give the blue to Kennen. Obviously, Kennen runs off energy. Doesn't really need it, however. Warwick does see it. We actually did see, bottom lane, actually, they did go in on this Ashe right now, getting her against the wall with this pulverized headbutt combo. And she is going to go down. We do see now Udyr Kennen heading towards bottom. They do know Soraka is very low right now. Soraka has no wish either. And so they are going to get this done without much opposition. The rest of Ari and Maokai are going to try and come in and disrupt it. No, Ari has actually put back, so this dragon is free and it is going to go into NFAO's hands. Ash returning from lane, grabbing that pickaxe, going for that IE again. Also see Ari going towards that Woda with the purchase of Revolver. Lee Sin rushing that, rushing this Merc Tread's going to give him more sustainability in lane, going to be able to block most of the damage coming out of, not sustain. He's going to have those defenses from Morik's Hungering Strike as well as that passive ticks. And so he's going to have that going for him as well. We have Udyr now with that GP10 and Heart of Gold, as well as Alistar with a Philosopher's Stone, as well. Maokai now with actually both of those items, the Philosopher's Stone and the Heart of Gold, with those 2 GP10s that he's been doing basically every game that he's gotten that Maokai to build into those items. Relius, Reverie, Randomins, etc. Grabbing those golems just to get that edge in CS right now. Again, still very close. You actually see Ari pulling a little bit ahead of this Kennen right now, as he did go through assist with this dragon. Do you see buys coming from Udyr, going for that Wit's End right now, purchasing the 2 pieces of Magic Mantle as well as Recurve Bow. Going to be working to that. Going to be able to speed up his jungle and allow him to output some hefty damage with Phoenix Stance and the 42 extra magic damage that you get from that. But we do see now Maokai and Ari holding it on top. Now this ward is going to reveal to them these two, and Warwick's now going to start running for it, as we do see now. There was a flash actually by Lee Sin trying to get that cripple on. Not quite. Charm's there, but there is no real follow-up on it as they just start to just head away from it as Warwick flashes out of it into the safety of his turret. While Udyr also up top, so if they did decide to dive on it, would have been very unfortunate situation for Anthrax if they would be caught under the turret with Warwick onto it and the bear stone, because obviously they're going to be locking him down under there for quite some time. This bottom lane now starting to put some more pressure in, as Ashe getting quite low, throwing that hawk shot out just in case, as this Kennen was heading towards bottom, looking for a pick maybe, and she's going to just port back, buy up, and just heal up, get herself out. Not going to give up that kill easy, as you see Ari now going to also grab this blue buff from Maokai quickly. There isn't too much of a gold advantage, it's about a 1,000 gold advantage for NFAO right now. Again, looking at the CS quickly, we do see Ari just playing ahead, about 20 ahead of Kennen at 95 to Ari's 115 right now. Tristana at 105 to Ashe's 92. And top lane, we've got the Warwick at 71 to Lee Sin's 84. Lee Sin purchasing Wriggle's Lantern, going to give himself that sustain now. Going to be able to keep himself in lane a bit more. So now this lane is basically turned into a farm fest. Neither one of these champions is really going to be able to kill each other. And so that is just going to have farm written all over it for the next, for the rest of the laning phase. You do see Ken also getting that Warda as well as Merc Shreds. And he is also bottom side. They're actually diving in on this right now. Soraka is able to flash out, however, unfortunately Ashe doesn't have, didn't burn the flash, tried to use that exhaust to get rid of that damage instead. Instead locked down by that slicing maelstrom and the Udyr Alistar. Gonna keep her locked down. That tower is going to fall down as well. That first tower going to be given to NFAO, extending the gold lead to around 2,000. Will they catch this? There's a charm on Udyr, not quite. Gonna use that turtle, block some of that damage from that orb right now. And this is where they really need to start taking advantage of this mid-game. Because when they get to this mid-game state where they'll actually have quite some low damage and just be relying on CC combos. So they want to continue to try and put pressure in on this Anthrax team, get them to make some mistakes, or put them into spots where they might get caught. As you see now, Ari chasing in on this Tristan. There's the Ignite as well. There's the last tick of Spirit Rush, and Tristan, you're going to use that Buster Shot to get Ari back. However, Ari flashes in using that charm. Going to catch that Alistar. Alistar kind of late on that Unbreakable Will after that twisted advance by Maokai. However, he is going to go down. He's accepted it. We do now have Tristan just going to escape and port back from is looking for this dragon, however, not quite up yet. Use the Alistar also purchasing that Oracle, so now we have Tristana already rushing right for that Infinity Edge. We do see now Maokai, this Anthrax team, trying to push down this bottom tower to get that tower while they can. And maybe give themselves some map, give themselves a bit more map pressure and get that extra gold for their team. They're going to take that tower, close the lead. This gold lead only just shy of 1,000 for NFAO currently. Warwick going to be grabbing that Wriggles Lantern and giving himself even more sustain than he already has. That pretty beast sustain out of Hungry and Strike and Warwick's passive. Do you see Ari trying to push down some more? We do see the Ari CS actually pulling away from this. Pulling away from Kenny pretty much. She does have 40 right now. It's pretty good over her. And we do see Warwick also grabbing that Recruit Bow. Probably going for that Wit's End right now as his buyback. Lee Sin is going to take that top turret as well. We do see now some warding up as this dragon has respawned right now, so both teams with vision on it right now. We have to have this dragon fight as Alistar does have Oracle, maybe looking for some wards to clear out. They're going to walk into it. Tristan actually jumping in right now, and the Soraka actually getting caught right here on this corner from that headbutt pulverized combo. Soraka's going to fall down very quick right now as this Ashe and Ari trying to poke down this pursuing team of NFAO. They're going to transition in onto this dragon right now. Dragon's going to go down very quickly with with that Wriggles from Warwick as well as that Smite out of Wood. You're going to take that really quick, secure that dragon as well. Currently going to be pushing down now this mid turret. Tristan is using that rapid fire as well as that Hunter's Call. This is going to drop very fast. No one on this Anthrax team really there to support that tower. They're going to grab that and maybe look to transition towards this top turret or this blue buff. Maybe get this top turret for free as they do have a hefty minion wave now coming alongside, and their whole team is going to be heading up towards this turret. Do you see Ashe and Maokai actually very way down south actually, so this is going to be about a 40 feet killing point. Again, there's that Hunter Call and that rapid fire, and this turret is going to fall pretty fast currently. There's that another second turret being taken in this stride for NFAO. To see Ari now just cleaning out the ward. There's a pink ward in on Dragon right now, and that actually is a smart thing to have right now. This pink ward on Dragon is there is a very dangerous Baron attempt, this team that NFAO has could actually do it very quickly, especially with this Warwick and Udyr. Warwick packing her Wriggles, and these Wits Ends allow them to do it very quickly, and they can just tank this the Baron for quite some time. They could sneak that Baron if permitted a chance to. You do see now, she's not finally finishing those boots right now. Ashe also finishing her Infinity Edge as well. We see Maokai again with this very familiar build that Terabyte's been doing the whole tournament of just getting this Frozen Heart into Shurelio's. So see Warwick going to be going for taking this Heart of Gold and transitioning into a random zone. They're going to make themselves tanky for this team as well. So he's going to go down with that stun, slow with that Randuin's active. And it also looks like he's going for that damage that he actually really needs right now. He's going to go for this Rabadon's Death Cap while he's sacrificing the survivability that will be given to him by the Rylai's and Hourglass that you usually see. He's going to be able to do a lot more damage, which is what this team really needs in this mid game right now. This is what they have to take advantage of, having a nice, strong early game. A successful early game, and just transition that into this mid game and try and have that damage advantage right now. There are pings though on this. They are just going to clear this ward out instead with this Soraka Oracle. Kennen just poking in, not too much going to happen, but this Shan looking to clear out this top wave very fast. Just going to rock it over, go and clear that out. Other items we've seen in total go right now. Oh my gosh, there's actually an arrow right here onto this. Kennen actually getting caught out, and that Kennen's going to fall down very quickly. Very excellent pick off by this Anthrax team. Good to analyze that this Tristana was bottom. There was a quick Ashe arrow, good reaction from that. This tower's going to fall down too, as this Maokai twisted advancing, trying to lock down this video, not quite enough. And we see this bottom turret is being pushed on. And so they're going to back off from this right now. Probably going to have someone clear that right now for the time being. And so we also have Ari actually now with that Woda going to be having that heal. We have another Amp Tome, so looking into possibly buying that Rylai, maybe even going Void Staff if she wants it. Not a hefty amount of magic resist yet, however, on this NFAO team, so most likely going for that. However, we do see now Ari getting caught actually too. Warwick jumping in on her with that Infinite Duress, as well as going to be squished in from the back by the Udyr and that Bear Stun. So now this is a 5v4 scenario, and they do know this Ashe Soraka are nowhere to be found currently right now, so it's just this Maokai and Lee Sin in to stop this Baron attack. Ashe and Soraka still quite a ways away, no Ashe arrow currently right now. This Baron is getting very low, this Maokai can't get in on this to smite. There's a smite from Udyr, and they're going to pick up this Baron right now and maybe look to pursue this. No, they're going to head over to this, head over to mid lane and start shoving that. You see Udyr reporting back, and the rest of the team is actually pushing. They should be pushing together as a team, as again, they need all that CC due to having some low damage, due to having low mid damage characters right now. Let's see, looking at this gold, we do have considerable amount of gold ahead right now, at 7,000, the only character, oh no, we just took over 7,000 right now. And he is also going to pick up that, oh no, sorry, yeah, he is going to pick up this random zone and now going to be able to slow and have that, be able to stick in on that. We also see now Tristana grabbing that Zeal, going in for that Phantom Dancer again. Just a very common follow-up for AD carries. Get that attack speed, that move speed, get those crits to synergize with the IE as well, and it goes very well with rapid fires from Tristana. We see Udyr currently pushing up right now. Leeson going for that Frozen Mallet doesn't quite completed it yet. Nearing the completion, needs about 250 more gold to finally get that Frozen Mallet. We do see Ashe also going for a quick solo sash, just in case for the Warwick ultimate again. The only way to break out of a suppression yet is the QSS, or if someone disrupts the champion using the suppression. Maokai also grabbing that Frozen Mallet, going to be in there with his cooldowns, going to be able to spam those arcane smashes, get those saplings off as well. Try hitting it onto Tristana. Not going to be a big deal, so he's just going to heal off the damage from the orb, auto attack some minions, and then we're going to start hitting down this. Tristana again, hitting that range of like 700 when she hits level 18, so just at level 14 right now, her range is going to sit at 667, so definitely longer than anything, any of the auto attacks that Anthrax has one. He's just going to be taking 3 pot shots at this tower. That's going to fall quickly. Careful not to fall in on that. Safeguarding from these things. It's just going to dash the minion and get out of that. But they're going to continue to do this while they have this Baron buff. There's a charm onto Cannon. Throwing out that Orb of Deception. No real damage thrown off. Just poking back and forth right now. However, Ari doesn't have a blue buff. So they can just kind of sit this out and wait. As Cannon again doesn't have to function off mana. Can just throw shurikens and use that Lightning Surge. Electrical Surge. Get that free poke damage off his Tristana. Is going to use that Hunter's Call as well as Rapid Fire. I'm just going to take some free pot shots off the turret. Gain some damage off Ash as well. Again, just poking at this turret. The turret taking about a quarter of its health right now. More poke coming in out from Kennen right now. This is all they have to do. All they have to do right now is just sit here and continuously poke in, because again, Soraka has a very long cooldown on her heal right now. As long as they just continue to poke at the turret, sit as a wall for Tristana, and let Tristana take some pot shots at the turret. This is going to be an easy inhibitor to get right now. Tristana really doesn't want to stand out there. She really wants to be beside the rest of her teammates, just like this right now. Clearing that wave. Now she wants to get some of the 3 pot shots on that turret. Careful of that Maokai though with that twisted advance though, definitely. Again, just waiting for this minion wave, and they're going to sustain themselves again. Kennen can just keep throwing out these shurikens with water. He will just heal himself. Alistar with a very spammable heal actually as well, as minions die due to the way that Triumphant Aurora works. We're starting now just poking away some of these minions right now. Some big poke coming out again. Now Ari is actually getting past just half health right now and half mana as well. So that minion wave going to be completely pushed out quickly. Instead of waiting for this next wave, they're actually going to transition to this top lane and go for this the inner top lane turret. You do see Trist actually just going to stop and pick up this red buff. Going to be useful as well. Get some free damage. That red slow going to be some more control. Gotta be careful though of that charm or that Maokai initiation though, as well as the Ash Arrow. So they really have to be careful here. They can just force to push down these towers, so they just have to make sure that if this Tristana doesn't get caught as she tries to pull away at these turrets. Oh, actually, some big damage coming in on this Ari right now. So many crits coming down. She's gonna just escape. Not one more auto attack with a crit. Probably would have taken out this Ari. That wouldn't have been good for this Anthrax team, as they're trying to just sit here and farm. We do see now Kennen here doesn't have his auto attack proc ready, so he really needs that. As a Kennen, you really want that auto attack proc, as you can always flash in as long as with that auto attack, get that auto attack, and you can basically double stun someone, double stun a single target very quick in succession and nearly drop them from 100 to 0 if done correctly, if you focus all those procs onto the same target. Kennen again just poking out. They do throw a ward down here, just having vision of him. He is going to continue to poke with those shurikens right now. That Baron buff, however, has expired, and now they are going to continue to push against this with this wall here. Alistar throwing out some heal again, going to get that mana back again from this Philosopher's Stone. That's really a big deal right now. They're going to continue to push this. Ari is actually getting supplied from Soraka with a lot of mana right now to keep it up. Throwing out those charms as well as that Orb of Deception, try to get some damage off, but again, this Kennen just going to be healing again off that Woda. Not much is going to happen. They are going to wait for these next mini waves to come. Getting a couple shots in off that tower right now. Really needs to start hitting that tower more and not the champions right now. Actually getting caught by the charm right now. A huge arrow going to kill that Tristana. And now Warwick also jumping in with that ultimate onto Ash. Ash all the way in the back right now. But they are fighting under this turret now. And that Tristana is not here at all. Flashing, getting that frost shot onto onto Kennen is going to kill her. As well as this Ari's Orb of Deception. Going to finish off that Alistar. They're going to pick up this kill on Udyr as well as Warwick gonna run away. So actually very poorly played by this NFAO team. This Tristana actually caught. She really kind of wants that to either sit behind or back off earlier, because her whole team is starting to pull behind her faster than she's actually pulling off this tower, and so she's exposing herself out to this charm, and that's what's a large problem. Or she needs a QSS to be able to cleanse that off on reaction and just be able to rocket jump out and behind the safety of her team. Instead, now with this opportunity, Anthrax quickly going to this middle turret, going to make short work of that and head back off, maybe looking to steal this blue buff or possibly go for now this Baron that has freshly spawned, as we do have now the rest, or the entire NFAO team is now spawned. No, they do throw a ward up in this blue to have vision of maybe seeing it. They do have to be careful of a counter Baron initiate, as they all are porting back, and we do have now the entire NFAO team is now alive, and this is still actually a very fast Baron team. They are going to go for this counter Baron. Baron hitting that half mark. Now only the rest of the team of Anthrax is coming in. The headbutt putting that Malphite inside. Here they come. They are fighting inside this Baron pit, and they are going to pick it up. Anthrax picking up that Baron buff. Warwick onto that Ashe. Not going to be able to, as she does QSS with out of that Warwick suppression. And now Alistar and Warwick done huge damage coming out from this Arya right now. Doing tons of damage, and that Kite with that Rylai's right now. Another kill coming onto Warwick right now. Tristana trying to do so much damage, and now there's a Kennen ultimate. This is a very, that Kennen ultimate hitting and getting 3 kills in on this blue in that confined space right now. However, now it's Kennen against Ashe and Arya right now. This Kennen needs to be very careful right now, as Ashe and Arya is actually split up right now. So Kennen, they're actually just going to go for this push, I think, instead. Kennen going to look to push back this mid and try and give them just that, limit the wave they have, that they have on this turret right now. But this Ashe and Arya are going to be able to take this turret very quickly. Alright, Ashe going to quickly steal this blue buff away from NFAO before they leave, as well as there were pings on this dragon, so I expect them to go for that shortly after. Well, the gold lead pulling out for Anthrax now. This mid-game damage that they did have an advantage in damage now is going to transfer over to late game until Tristana gets those big items and gets that that 5 or 6 item status as an AD carry. Now the gold lead now just 2k gold in advantage of Anthrax right now. Going to be clearing out these wards with Soraka. The Warwick top, and we might see the siege come down bottom, where they might actually go for this pick on Warwick. I don't think there's enough vision actually over there to see him. No, not quite, but they will see him here at the blue. Looking at these items quick. Warwick, Lisa now has that Frozen Mallet, going to be able to be a tank and very stick to people with that cripple, as well as those slowing auto attacks that he will have. Kennen now finishing that death cap, going to have a large amount of damage, going for that Rylai's now to give himself that, to keep that survivability up, as he only has around 2,000 HP, would have 1,600 around without that Giant's Belt. And they're going to pick up this other blue, give this one to Ari, as Ashe is going to clear this top wave. We're going to look to buy. We do have Soraka now with this Shirelia's Reverie, buying another Fairy Charm for that. You have Ashe also with that Phantom Dancer now, looking to probably build into Last Wisp with that pickaxe. So I need to kind of mute the microphone there for a quick sneeze, I apologize. You see, Udi are also going for this Phage. Might be building that into a Mallet himself. Most likely going to go for that Triforce, as most Udus like. Have that Alistar now also with a Reverie, as well as we look, most likely going to go into that Randuin's with that Chainmail. Going to take that Heart of Gold and build that into that. Warwick also completing that Frozen Heart as well. Going to have a nice cooldown for his ultimate. We might see an engage here right now. This is where they don't know. They are walking into this right now. Right at the wall. A lot of damage coming out on that Charm, locking down. Kennen running in. And that ultimate off. Chasing this Arya. Arya going to be able to dash out. Not going to be quite enough even with that Ignite right now. They are trying to go for this Arya still, no. But Warwick and Alistar that are persisting are going to fall down from the kiting of this Ari, and as well as Tristana left completely defenseless, are going to take that kill as well. So 3 for 0 right now. And now Anthrax, after the poor early game start that they have, are looking very strong as they're transitioning into this late game. Again, that problem in that mid game is that NFAO are relying too much on this Kennen and Tristana, and when you have that one Tristana death, especially up here at this top turret, where Tristana was instantly killed, you're lacking a lot of damage, and that's very problematic when Anthrax actually has quite a bit of CC too, but they have more damage that's being outputted and a lot more team synergy occurring. Poking out some damage is this R right now. There goes the middle inhibitor, as well as this top inhibitor is going to fall down right now, as we just have the 3 members that died on FAO all respawn now. And now there's that Shrelia, and they are going to get out of here, take the gold they have, and just get more wards, buy up, use the gold that they have, and assert just some more map dominance over this NFAO team. Oh yeah, we also have Maokai actually going for this Banshee's Veil, going to be very tanky, and so he's just going to be a giant tank, and as well as Vengeful Maelstrom, he's going to take so little damage right now. Not many armor and magic penetration items on that. He's going to be bolstering 192 armor and 124 magic resist quite a bit right now. Kennen almost finishing just 30 gold shy of that Rylai's Scepter. Is going to want that to keep himself alive more. Tristana now, just with that Phantom Dancer, now has that Quicksilver Sash as well. You see Lee Sin going to boost his own damage, having that Atma's Impaler, a very good item with that. Frozen Mal Atma's and Warmog Atma's, very popular builds. He is going to have enough damage for that now. We also see Ari also picking up Quicksilver Sash as well, to just in case of that Warwick ultimate, and she also has that death cap, so Ari packing quite a bit of AP now, going to do a lot of damage. Also has that true damage and that Foxfire that just has such a low cooldown, it's very easy to spam, as well as those charms in the CC for fights. Ash also now completing that last whisper, so this armor that Warwick has, that Warwick, Udyr, and Alistar have, she's going to be able to poke through that very well and start to deal quite a bit more damage. Tristana also actually really needs that last whisper, and Tristana actually now behind in gold compared to this Ashe. These kills and assists really racking up for Ashe, and these map objectives are working into Ashe's favor. Now Tristana's actually the AD carry behind. You do see now Maokai joining up with his team as Anthrax is pushing down this bottom inner turret right now, waiting again on this creeper right now. They are just going to poke out. Hawkshot going out right now. They're actually just going to tank this turret instead, as these super mains are barreling down mid and top right now. They do have to fend this off, and this isn't actually, if too many champions astray from that, they are going to be able to take this bottom turret instead. Nope, they're going to say, due to the turmoil that they're forced with here of these super minions, Anthrax is going to actually transition up over to the Baron, and they're going to take that for free. And this is actually a free Baron because of all these super minions that are just going to barrel in on FAO's base, and they can't afford to lose towers and have that Nexus towers be damaged for free from the swarm of super minions. However, they do realize that this is what Anthrax's game plan is. However, this Baron nearing quarter health right now, this isn't going to be enough. This Baron is going to be down before they're even going to get in range of it, and now they're going to transfer over to it. There's the arrow hitting the Tristana. However, oh my god, the rocket jump failing, but she does QSS out of it. Huge gems coming out that Kennen not getting enough damage right now. Look at this team of Anthrax. Barely any damage is coming out, and they're going to split. Lee Sin actually pursuing in just quite a bit too much, going for that Kennen off on his own right now. But we do see now Ari going to be taking out that Alistar. Udyr is down as well right now, and they're in hot pursuit right now. They're so healthy right now. There's the flash, twisted advance onto Warwick right now. There's the arcane smash to slow, hitting that the volley to slow him. Now the frost shot's just going to continuously kite him, and Warwick is going to fall. And that's going to be the end of this game as well, most likely. Now with that near that 9k gold advantage, and they're just so much stronger. Charm onto Tristana right now. Also going to have that twisted advance and that arcane smash, going to pick her up too. And that's going to be game 2. And now the sets are tied 1-1 for Anthrax in this grand final.
Victory!
So again, we did see NFAO with a strong early game start, and as that started to transition into mid game, they did have that one mistake top lane where the Tristana got caught out by the arrow being in front of her teammates too much, and after that, that mid game, that part in the mid game where it started to pull into this late game, they started to lose the advantage. The damage was just there wasn't enough damage on NFAO's team, and so they were just basically three tanks with some two very squishy heroes that all they had to barrel for was this Kennen Tristana. After killing that one Tristana, all they have to rely on is Kennen right now, and so it's not enough. Too much. There's a lot of CC, but unfortunately, without any sort of damage, that's not going to kill an enemy team. And after that one mistake, Anthrax was able to pull themselves back into this, start to get more damage over NFAO's composition, and eventually just force them to take this game. And we saw a lot more control, close to what the first game was like. So the first set, now the sets are tied to 1-1. Now there's one more best of 3, and the winner of this best of 3 is going to take the grand prize in this grand finals for the Enter the Rift tournament. So we're going to take a quick break, set that up again, and be back to you with the end of the series.